He's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he rides. I can hardly breathe when he's bumping deep inside. I kiss him on his neck and then he kisses on my pussy. Call him daddy while I holler, man, that boy's so damn good looking.
You like that intro?
I fucking love that.
I got that idea after you tagged me in that Cowboys video. I'm like, I'm gonna get him back and I'm gonna catch him off guard.
That's so good.
Yeah, I spent 50 cents on that joke just for this podcast. I bought the song on iTunes and then redid our intro so I could make that for us.
Nice.
Yeah, I would say that's the best 50 cents I've ever freaking spent just to get a laugh out of both of us. And then I did a test upload to YouTube just to make sure it wouldn't get copyright strike. That's why our old music's behind it. That way it doesn't automatically identify as copyright. So loopholes.
Hell yeah.
So we got a new theme song until we get sued. But welcome everybody to Trainwreck Podcast episode, whatever the hell we're on now. It's been a while because we haven't had internet for like the last month. We didn't have power for a week. Drew didn't have internet for like 2 of those. Then I didn't have internet for 1 of them. And so here we are. We survived The Walking Dead.
Just to give a little context, here in Oklahoma, we had a bad storm that here in Catoosa, we had 116-mile-per-hour winds.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not joking. This is a legit information. Like, literally, if you go down to like Tulsa and Catoosa, there's like trees everywhere, power lines.
Yeah, still. It's been a month later and they're still down.
They literally look like the fucking war in Russia.
So I did a video, I doubt you watched it, of some of the storm damage, and I took pictures and did like commentary over it. So anyone that's watched my channel, they've already seen some of it if they watched the video. But I mean, dude, it's like I said, a month later, and I mean, there's still trees down everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, 100-year-old trees and stuff like that. Did your house get bad damage at all?
No, I had a pretty big wind that landed on my driveway. I couldn't go to work that day following.
But you guys just have that small tree like in your front yard, and then you don't have anything in the back, right?
No, I have a pretty big tree right atop my room.
Oh, really?
So if that tree was snapped, it would definitely damage the house.
See, my house didn't get any damage, which I have 2 big trees in my backyard they're actually kind of in the middle between me and the neighbors, and they didn't get any damage at all, which was shocking. But my grandparents have a big one right in their front yard, and that thing snapped. And I mean, it took 8 loads to that dump site to get rid of all of it.
Damn.
But the only roof damage they had, about 4 shingles came off. Yeah, like
lucky.
Especially, I mean, their roof was complete. I mean, hell, I had to climb up on the roof and get the shit off. But yeah, I looked up there and checked out the roof damage, and yeah, about 4 shingles. That was all I was missing. But see, what kind of helped them is their house is kind of like the opposite way of what the wind was blowing.
Yeah.
It was kind of to like their back, you know.
Yeah. So
that
definitely helped them out.
But hell, for the last 3 weeks, I've been a lumberjack taking care of all that crap, you know. Hell, I sent you that picture of me driving the camo truck. What, you couldn't tell
the old shag wagon?
Yeah. That dude, actually, it was a little nostalgic driving that. I won't even lie.
Really?
As much as that truck is a piece of shit and the brakes still barely work on it, it's still a badass truck. I mean, if I got in a wreck in that thing, I'd be fine. And I would more than likely get in a wreck on it because you have to go boom to get the freaking brakes to work. One of the most terrifying moments of my life is when the brakes went out. Did I ever tell you about that?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, the brakes went out and I was going like 45 miles going towards people, stopped at a red light, and my inner Paul Walker activated and put myself in a ditch to stop the freaking truck. That's still probably my most insane driving ever. That's how I know I was born to be either a storm chaser or a NASCAR driver.
I have a I have a story relates to that. Remember
But
when we were racing from the bowling alley to here?
yeah.
That car I was driving,
Hmm.
I was going 125, like 130, 125 miles per hour with no
Hmm.
brakes.
Jesus.
It took me a solid 10 minutes to fucking finally stop.
Whose idea was that? Was that
It
Adam's?
was Adam talking shit. It's like, oh yeah, my little shitty Toyota can beat your car. I was like, all right, bet. Next thing
He
I know,
ended
like
up,
4 cars ahead of him.
yeah. I think I took last that night because I think I was texting on my phone and stuff, so I wasn't even really giving a shit about winning.
Yeah, you had the Crown Vic and Bradley had like that Jeep.
Was Bradley with us?
Yeah, Bradley with Grace's ass Chris.
Oh yeah. That's when we all went to bowling, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, we need to do that again. I mean, actually, you know what I've been kind of down for lately? Mini golfing.
You know what? Fuck it, yeah. That's
Yeah.
actually sounds fun.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go mini golfing for a while. I've been trying to talk Crystal and Ashlyn into it, but I don't think they're really like keen on it, you know.
I mean, shit. If they're down, I'm down to go.
Yeah. Um how you, me, Adam, Curtis, um, how we can invite someone else. I don't know. Would it be a good idea for all of us to be around Adam with a golf club?
We'll probably beat the shit out of
Yeah. There's a pond there. I'd be worried that we'd throw him into it.
him. Oh no, he went missing.
He accidentally drowned while we held his head underwater.
It'll be funny. I can hear him
Well,
fucking water. Choke me harder. Choke me, daddy.
oh, bro, but yeah, watch us get banned from the only mini golf place in Tulsa. Yeah, that's I've been thinking about that lately. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I was watching some golf because I'm getting old, and I was like, man, that looks like fun. And I was talking to my grandpa actually about going out to the golf course, but I didn't know you had to like actually get like fitted for golf clubs. Like they have like ones fitted for like your height and shit, which makes sense. But
Wait, that's
I
a
mean,
thing?
yeah,
Huh.
that's why like golf clubs are so expensive.
Oh well.
But yeah, I and he was like, "Oh, you can use my clubs," but he's like 6'4", so he's like 6 inches taller than me.
Damn, I didn't know they had to get like special golf balls just for you.
Yeah. I think that's how it is for everybody. Like you get them fitted for your size and all that.
Damn.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know shit about golf, but like I said I'm
I just want
starting
to
to
wear
train.
tight ass shorts in the hot blazing sun.
Dude, I already am. Well, my camera won't catch them, but my freaking work uniform, whenever I'm delivering, they said, "Oh, you have to wear cargo shorts now." And you know me, I only wear jeans, and I'm like, I freaking hate cargo shorts. They're so damn ugly. But the best thing about them now it's easy to scratch my balls when I'm driving.
Dude, honestly.
Yeah.
I was I always like that when at Lowe's we're allowed to wear shorts.
Yeah.
I go to fucking behind the paints, like scratch the shit out of them real quick.
Yeah.
Get a good whip real quick and head back to
I mean, it's summertime, man. The freaking balls are sweaty and itchy.
the fucking boys are down there cooking.
Yeah. I mean, like, it got up to, I think, 118 here today. That's what sucks about freaking Oklahoma, man. You got cold ass winters, hot ass summers, and then tornadoes in between.
I was talking to my dad the other day about that. Just to give a little context for the viewers. My dad's a trashman for our city,
Hmm.
and he's fucking has to deal with this harsh ass weather we
Hmm.
have. I was telling him, like, man, how the fuck do you do it? He's like, "Oh, they pay me decently, so might as I deal with it."
Yeah, I know that's the like you know how irritated I am with Walmart and shit. I'm like, I should quit, but then I'm like, man, I make great fucking money right now, and the economy's in the crapper,
Yeah,
I'm like, if COVID taught me one thing, it's keep my ass essential, and there's no way I'm becoming a doctor.
no.
So I don't know. I might be a lawyer one day. I say we all know I can argue with the best of them. I argue every day with Adam,
Yeah,
so that's like good lawyer training right there.
just put that on your resume.
Yeah, argue with a fucking retard every single day for the last 6 years.
Not just a retard, a horny retard. In fact,
Hentai addicted retard.
honestly,
Yeah. Oh man.
that little chromie homie of ours.
Yeah. I know. I thought about getting him on the show just to start pissing him off about Naruto.
Oh man, him as
I
a little
will.
fanboy.
I'll watch that Fate show eventually, but actually, I kind of just not don't want to watch it just to piss him off.
It's all right, but
Hmm.
it's not as good as saying there it is.
Really?
It is.
Th-
It's definitely a series you need to watch. It's actually okay. It's but it's not like, oh my god, it's the best goddamn thing ever.
mhm. See, like
It's like one of
when,
those animes you watch it once and say you have watched it before, kind of.
yeah. See, like when my internet was out, like I bought these Naruto books a long time ago and never read them. I just kind of had them to have them for like a collection.
Yeah,
Well, when my internet was out, because I don't have cable or anything, so all my shit is streaming. So
yeah.
couldn't watch TV with no internet, so I started reading those books, and they're really fucking good. And so I went to Barnes and Noble and bought the rest of them. And reading those books, it's got me wanting to watch Naruto again.
Good. Bars and Noble, that's where all single moms go to.
Barnes and Noble. No, that's where all the freaking liberals go.
Those damn liberals.
Yeah. Checkmate liberal. But that reminds me of a girl I saw on Facebook dating earlier that in her bio it said conservative on it. And I was like, man, I hope we match because I have a lot of freaking stuff I can say.
Just to piss you off.
Yeah. I'm like, I will start saying my pronouns are Naruto kun. And she'll be like, what the fuck?
She, them titties.
Yeah. And then she's like, no, you're a boy. And I'm like, did you just assume my gender?
Who are you? A fucking liberal? Assume my gender?
Bro.
I identify as fucking Sanai's breast, thank you.
That reminds me. Did I show you this?
He actually got it.
Yeah.
Hell
I said,
yeah.
say it was $10. It wasn't that bad. Dude, they have a prank package, and I'm not going to say who I want to send it to because they listen to this podcast. But there's one that they have this prank package, and it says "world's biggest dildo" on it, and you order it, and then you can have it shipped to an address, and then there's an option to make them sign for it. So imagine the UPS driver has a package that says "world's biggest dildo" on it, and then someone has to sign for it.
Oh man.
Yeah. And then there's one I want to say, there's an opposite one that says smallest penis membership. And I want to send that one to Adam. So if he can send me his address.
Dude, I want that as a shirt.
Which one?
Smallest penis membership. Wear that at work.
So, remember when Bradley used to wear that Virginity Rock shirt to
Yeah,
school?
he still does. I saw him at Walmart the other day wearing it.
I don't know how he didn't ever get in trouble at school for what. Maybe it's because he's just so stupid that they just were like, it's not worth it.
Oh, you gotta realize how fucking how that public school is like very Christian-y.
Yeah.
You mentioned like, protect your virginity, they fucking praise you.
Yeah. Uh,
But yeah, they'll go turn around and fuck the school whore.
which one was that?
Which one? We mean which
I,
one? There's a fucking group of them.
are we talking about Kaylee?
Oh yeah, that's one. Oh yeah, that's one of them.
That was one of them.
That's probably the most well known I can think of.
I know.
Oh
Uh,
God,
yeah,
that's why she was my neighbor for a little while.
yeah. Didn't you say her grandma was your landlord?
Yeah.
I know. I was like, well, Drew, if the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, you might start talking to the grandma so you can stay.
Oh man, it was it was weird being her neighbor. Like
Really?
my dad would tell me like every day, he's like she come over to like knock on the doors, wonder if where I'm at, and you keep telling her I'm at work.
Andrew, I mean, you would have caught something. I'll wrap it up. You would have been fine.
Something, dude. I
Yeah.
probably have a fucking goddamn Pokemon collection.
All right. But yeah, man, I'm trying to run through the list in my head, but then I'm also like, I should probably stop at her before we get sued.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
knows we kind of know relatively.
Yeah. I think yeah, there's no way none of it, or there's no way any of them listen to this this show.
It'd be funny if they did.
Hey Kaylee, what's up, baby?
You still eating that seaweed and talk about me still? I'm
Uh
not joking about that part.
she was eating seaweed?
No, when I was pets manager and she was making a
Oh,
joke about seaweed and me. I can't
damn.
remember the fucking joke, but it was kind of cheesy.
Mm,
It made me cringe. But she had like an addiction for seaweed and she was talking about me and I was like, yeah, cool. I got
mm,
work to do.
yeah. But man, I said we haven't done this for a month, but it's also been like, well, nothing's really happened in the world either, at least not in the world of sports. I mean,
Oh, maybe my part has a little.
like with the Raiders,
Yeah.
mm, what's going on with them?
It's mainly Josh Jacobs. I know he's been like postponing his deal. I
Well,
think
Monday,
he's going to wait for what's his name, Barkley from Giants for his deal.
well
Use that as
the
leverage.
well the deadline is Monday for them to get a deal done for all the teams for the
Oh
franchise
yeah,
tag players.
yeah,
Like I haven't heard a peep about the Cowboys and Tony Pollard, but I really just don't think it's worth it to give a running back a second contract. I mean, look what's going on with all the running backs right now. And then, like,
yeah. It's just like no running back's not worth a fraction of a quarterback's pay
yeah, no.
because they
I
get
mean,
injured way quicker than a quarterback.
I think a running back like $10 million a year. I think that's fair.
Yeah, 10 mil a year is fair.
Because like, what was Ezekiel Elliott making? Like 5 years, 90 million. So that's what 20, almost 20 something $1 million a year. That was way too much
I probably say like
for
10 to 13 mil a year that'd be a fair deal.
yeah. So I don't know if you got well, how old's Josh Jacobs? 25?
25, yeah. And he's been aging like fine wine here recently.
I mean, I would give him like a 3 year, $35 million deal.
Yeah, that that's actually be a
Because
pretty good deal for him.
because I mean he's gonna be your guys' offense with the inconsistency at quarterback you guys have right now.
Yeah.
But dude, speaking of football, have you seen that show on Netflix, Quarterback?
No, I have not. Is it getting
So
good?
so it's from Peyton Manning's production company, and it's from this last season. It followed Marcus Mariota, Kirk Cousins, and Patrick Mahomes all throughout the season. It's like a quarterback version of Hard Knocks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so like they were posting clips, and there was actually one against the Raiders where one of the dudes pissed Mahomes off, and he like yelled at him like, "You're messing with the wrong motherfucker," and stuff like that. And then whenever he got hurt in the playoffs, whenever he hurt his leg, it like showed him like being pissed off about being taken out of the game and how they basically forced him to go get an X-ray done and stuff. And so it was really interesting. I haven't seen any clips from Mariota or Kirk Cousins, but I mean, who really cares either way? It's like, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is kind of the star of that show, and it's like they struck gold having him involved in it, since they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They got an extra 3 games of content worth out of him. Whereas, Mariota got benched and Cousins got bounced in the first round.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think Netflix is, out of all the streaming services, I think Netflix is one of the worst right now. But I'm super excited to watch this show, and I hope it takes off. And I mean, you know me, I hope like next season they have Dak Prescott on there.
Yeah. And Netflix is just a shit show, but they've got quite a few shows on there. It's like I gotta keep a subscription.
See, like a lot of Netflix's originals suck. That's the thing. Like they had all the good shit a long time ago, and then they started replacing it with their originals. Like every Netflix documentary, it's shot in the exact same style, and that style is boring.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the one thing about having streaming, or at least with Netflix. Some episodes are way too fucking long. Like I'm cool with a 44-minute episode. I don't need it to be the length of a goddamn movie. Like I
Well,
don't
you
know
might
if you
watch
ever,
a documentary or Lord of the Rings.
yeah. Like I don't know if you ever watched Longmire, but it used to be on A&E and then it got canceled and Netflix picked it up. And when it
Yeah.
was on A&E, it ran for 44 minutes, factoring in commercials and all that shit. And then
Yeah.
yeah, there was one episode that was like an hour and 25 minutes long. And I'm like, that's way too fucking long. I'm like, because it's like you don't have to draw out every little detail in this episode. You can save some other stuff for the next episode. And if you feel like people are gonna forget, then fuck, put a flashback in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the one thing. And I mean, I'm surprised Netflix is even still in business because they lose so much money. And they were the big dog in the streaming game, but now everyone has a streaming service.
Yeah, they really shoved so in foot like the whole don't share your account thing.
Yeah. And why does every freaking streaming service now have to be plus? Like ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus. It's not a streaming service, but Walmart Plus. Disco- wasn't it Discovery Plus before it merged with HBO?
Yeah. Lowe's
It's like,
MPP, that's the same thing.
yeah, and it's like, okay, can y'all not get more creative than calling everything plus? I mean,
Yeah. What? It's like you like maybe a few extra benefits, maybe no ads or free shipping and all that. Like cool.
yeah. Speaking of which, I need to get somebody to let me use their Amazon Prime account so I can order a capture card because it's like $40 off right now.
Hit me up.
You got a Prime?
Yeah, I got Prime.
Oh shit. You got Cash App?
No.
Okay. Um, give me a few and let me look at my finances later, and then I'll decide on if I want to pull the trigger on it.
All right.
And then I'll like swing by your house with some money.
All right.
But I mean, oh, that's another thing. Speaking of ESPN, all the firings that happened about 2 weeks ago. Did you see all those?
I've been hearing about it, but no, not really.
So about 30 on-air talent were laid off slash fired.
Really?
Yeah. One of them was Jalen Rose from NBA Tonight, and then Max Kellerman. A lot of them were NBA people. And then there was let's see, football wise, he had Steve Young, which I think all he ever did was Monday Night Countdown, Matt Hasselbeck, Rob Ninkovich, which I think he was on NFL Live. I think he used to play for the Patriots. Keyshawn Johnson, he was on that morning show with Max Kellerman. That show got completely canceled.
Yeah.
Neil Everett, he did the late night sports center. Jordan Cornette, he did the ESPN radio that you hear here in Tulsa.
Yeah.
Todd McShay, one of the draft dudes, and then a bunch of other people that I really don't know. Yeah, so I guess ESPN's lost a crap load of money. Well, the thing is, so they used to have like 100 million subscribers on cable, and now they're down to like half that now. So they've lost a shitload of money. And then like Disney as a whole, they lost a crap load of money during COVID because the theme park was shut down, and that
Yeah.
caused, and ESPN owns or is owned by Disney. So, and it looks like there may be more layoffs coming. I don't think they'll have more layoffs, but I wouldn't be surprised to see people like Stephen A. Smith taking a pay cut, and I don't know who else is high paid there. Maybe Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. They may make them take pay cuts. And then ESPN, their deal with the NBA expires, I think, after this season. So they're going to have to pay the NBA a shitload in order to keep the rights to broadcast all the NBA games.
Oh shit. For real?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think the ESPN NBA deal expires after this season. See, expires after next season. Let's
Hey, yeah,
see.
that's gonna be a big ass deal.
Yeah, because the current deal, by the end of it, the NBA would have made $24 billion off that TV rights negotiation. Speaking of which, WWE's theirs is up at the end of next year. How much money do you think they're gonna get? They got $1 billion from Fox for SmackDown, and then I think a little over $1 billion for Raw. Do you think they're gonna get more than that?
For
Because I
what
mean,
was it?
WWE, you
From
know how they
who?
got. So, on this last TV rights deal, they got $1 billion from Fox for SmackDown, and then from USA, they got a little over $1 billion for Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to get more than that on this next TV rights deal?
Yeah, probably.
I think they're going to double it with TV ratings going up right now. Like, I don't know if you saw SmackDown this last Friday, but that trial of Roman Reigns got over 3 million viewers.
Really?
Yeah, which I think the first time they've done 3 million viewers since like Christmas of 2020, which that game had a lead in from the NFL because it was on Christmas Day and they had the Packers versus Browns game that day.
Yeah.
So they had an NFL lead in. And that the last time I think they did a number like that is when SmackDown debuted on Fox.
You know what's funny about these TV deals? Do
What?
you think COVID took a big part of that impact? Well, we're all stuck in a house and we're kind of like forced watching TV and all that.
I mean, I think more people watch streaming than watch TV. I think
Yeah.
a lot more people signed up for like streaming services and binged everything. I mean, I don't know. I mean, when we were locked down, I played a lot of video games. I don't even really remember watching TV that much.
Yeah, same.
I think when we first got locked down, I was playing Red Dead Redemption.
Let's play a shit ton of Apex.
I was also working a shitload too. So it was either video games or work.
Yep.
Because hell, right when COVID started, that's when oh no, I was still in maintenance because I remember posting that photo of all my spray bottles saying I'm ready for you, Corona. And yeah, that didn't work out. And then like a month later, that's when they moved me to grocery. And then a month after that, that's when I got promoted. Yeah, hell, that's hard to think that was only 3 years ago.
That's been that long.
2020,
Damn.
about 3.5 years now, and it's like it feels way longer. Maybe it's just because we got so much going on in life now that it all kind of like drags, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I look at like photos back then and I'm like, damn, I look younger and it's only 3 years ago. But
I literally posted on Facebook not too long
yeah, I
ago.
saw
I was like, oh
that
my God.
that
I
was in
aged so fast.
that was in 2019.
Yeah, 2019, 2018, something like that.
And then yeah, it was 2019 because Anthony was in that photo. And then I was like, damn, Anthony's aged some, but I'm like, well, he's worked at a Wasso for the last 4 years. That's why. Plus now he's got a baby. Man, that's a dude we need to get on here.
Honestly.
Dude, I haven't talked to well, I texted him like 2 months ago, but
Nothing better get a pissed off Patriots fan on a podcast.
dude, like I've been thinking about doing an NFL preview, but I've been thinking about doing it like for each individual division. It's just gonna take a shitload of time that I don't have. But then I was like, we could also do like a train wreck podcast episode, um, like right before the season starts, and we could get
Yeah.
like a bunch of people that are fans of different teams that we know.
Yeah.
Like we get Trevor on here to talk about the Vikings, Anthony to talk about the Patriots. You know, you got the Raiders, I got the Cowboys. I'm trying to think who else we get Loretta on here to talk about the Chiefs.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, there's people we can get on here to talk about their teams. There's the best information you're going to get about a team is from a fan.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I don't have shit to say about the Seahawks. You ask me anything about the Cowboys, I got an answer.
Yeah.
And then I'll have answers kind of about the people in our division. Well, not Washington, because who gives a shit about them? But if you ask me anything about the Eagles or Giants, I'll have an answer. It's kind
If
of
you ask
like
me something about the Chiefs or Broncos, I'll tell you go fuck yourself.
you see Chief superfan got arrested, the one that robbed the bank in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, what a shocker.
Yeah, he's been on the run for a few months now, and then he finally got caught. He was in California.
Really?
Yeah. I
You
mean,
want to hear
dude,
a funny stat line?
what?
Which in the NFL, can you guess who has the most NFL arrests or felonies and all that?
The
It's not
Vikings?
the Raiders or the Vikings.
The Vikings are up there. I saw this list the other day. Was it the Patriots?
No, the Broncos.
Broncos?
Yeah.
See, like people always give the Cowboys shit for, oh, Cowboys players are always in trouble. They were right in the middle of that fucking list. Because I think the Broncos, it was like, what, 46? And the Cowboys, it was like 26. And that was since 2000. So it's like, okay, like an arrest every year, that's not that bad.
I know some former Raiders going to Broncos. Like they did criminally, they're okay at Raiders. But when it goes to Broncos, it's just all hell broke loose.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. See, on this thing, I'm looking at Denver's number 2 and Minnesota's number 1.
I don't know, it's different lists. Like most of them I've been seeing is like Broncos.
Yeah, because the Broncos right here 54, the Vikings 55. Who knows? Maybe a Viking got arrested today.
Maybe.
That'd be
It's pretty
something.
much who you ask, really.
Yeah, I mean the Cowboys 27. That's not that bad.
And everyone thinks like all the Bills and shit. Oh yeah, it's definitely the Raiders.
Hmm. See, the Texans had the least. They have 16, but they also weren't a team for 2 of those years.
True.
Yeah, and then who is it? The Rams. They're the second. Detroit's the third lowest. That's what's
How do we
shocking.
have the fewest in our division? Oh my God.
Holy shit. Damn, the Chiefs have 40. But yeah, it's got
Well, for it being a team supposed to be a pool of felons, that's not a lot.
what the hell? Freaking Washington player got arrested for murder/manslaughter. I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, the last two belong to the. Okay, I don't think this is updated though because that dude from the Patriots got arrested a few weeks ago for trying to go on that airplane with a gun.
Oh yeah,
Um, Jack Jones.
yeah, Jack Jones.
Let's see. Out of all the arrests, the most are for DUI, which is kind of obvious.
Yeah, boy.
Then drugs, domestic violence. You would have thought domestic violence would been number two. Assault and battery. Well, that's basically the same. And then traffic violations. Top players: Pac-Man Jones and Alden Smith. Well, let's see. At least a Cowboys number two. Actually, a Cowboys number one too. Pac-Man Jones. He used to play for us too.
Alden Smith used to play for Raiders too.
Oh damn, we're Eskimo bros.
Hell yeah.
You ever listen to Pac-Man Jones on Pat McAfee's show?
No, but I need to now.
He's fucking funny on that show. They had Paul Heyman on there a few weeks ago, and he asked Paul Heyman a question. I can't remember what it was, but Heyman just goes, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" Yeah, it was good. See, that's another thing people were blaming ESPN for was they gave Pat McAfee like $18 million for his show, $18 million a year. I think it was 85 million overall. They're like, oh, they just gave him a shitload of money, even though they're laying people off. Well, it's like McAfee's gonna make them more than $85 million
Yeah, he
over this.
actually makes a good show.
I mean, let's see what his show did today. See if I can do this before our timer runs out. Let's see, his show today did 237,000 viewers. That's on YouTube. Now imagine what he's going to do on an actual TV show. And that's just on YouTube. That's not including podcast listeners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't watch a show on YouTube. I have the podcast app. But I'm going to start a new call.
Okay.
Raya died.
Just got sad.
Yeah. Dude, that's the one thing I've watched like 40 episodes of Naruto within the last 2 days. Like I started on the episode right before the fight between Jiraiya and Pain started, and I'm just got done whacking it to Naruto versus Pain.
Dude, that fight was so good.
Yeah. Actually, I'm on episode 168, so the fight's not over. I just got to the part where Minato appears.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, that scene where he's just chilling on the rock and he senses that Naruto's in danger, that scene just gives me fucking chills every time. So yeah, I'm gonna finish Naruto versus Pain before I go to bed tonight. And then I go back to work tomorrow because yeah, corporate bitch. But yeah.
I go
Fuck
back
it.
to work tomorrow because I'm Riley's bitch.
I could actually see that with her though.
No, if anything, I'm even though she's my team lead, I'm fucking bullying her all day.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, you're freaking a foot and a half taller than her.
Like, your team lead. Like, I don't give a fuck.
I know. I can't wait for this one dude to leave that store so I can come back. I was telling my team lead the other day, I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna let you know. Well, because two of my drivers quit this week, so I'm gonna be working a lot more. That's why I texted you about that position. But I also told him, well, get it filled fast because I want to go back to Katusa. I told him like I'm sick of this fucking shit show here. Even though I make it's not bad. People are just it's just a constant shit storm. Like we had like 3 straight days of just constantly being at like almost 2,000 picks, And then like when I'm
Was it
delivering,
because people are trying to get groceries because out of the store?
yeah, that and food stamps. People
Oh
get
yeah.
it was the first of the month, so people got their food stamps. But food stamp day is every fucking month. The first comes every fucking month, and they don't ever plan for it. It's like it's not like it sneaks up on you.
No.
Yeah. And yet we're never prepared for it. But I tell you what's going to be fabulous. I'm off
Damn,
on the first.
if you think any of the stores, at least that store, you'd think that'd be the most prepared.
No. But what's really nice is the 1st of August is on a Tuesday, and I'm off that day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's going to
And watch them
be
call you.
my phone's off on my off days. It's on do not disturb mode.
Insane.
I also told them, though, you could keep me here if you give me Sundays off. But they kind of know my intention behind that because they know I'm a Cowboys fan. But I told them, I'm like, I want Sundays off. Because like the dude that just quit, he had Sundays off, so I don't see why I can't have them.
I mean, why they
So
might as well just give it to you.
yeah. Otherwise, my ass is going back to Catoosa. But let's talk about this Xbox ruling. So Netflix, or I almost said Netflix. Xbox won their case against the Federal Trade Commission and is now going to be able to buy Activision Blizzard. Federal Trade Commission, they were trying to stop it because of Netflix. God damn it. Xbox. Got Netflix on the fucking brain. Xbox, they're worried about it becoming a monopoly with them buying all the game studios and all that. But as a person who has an Xbox, I personally love it. And I'm glad that they're buying Activision because if we can get Call of Duty on Game Pass, that'd be freaking awesome. I mean, I've had no reason to be a PlayStation fan for the last 10 years. It's like, okay, everyone bought the PS4, and you know what that did? It made Xbox start working harder because they got their ass kicked. Kind of same with this generation. I mean, now Game Pass is probably the best $15 I spend every month because of cloud gaming and all the free games that are on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, PlayStation, their consoles, they break all the fucking time. When I had a PS2, I can't tell you how many times my grandma had to go to Walmart to like return the damn thing because it wasn't working. And my PS3, it broke 3 different times. And the first 2 times I'd fix it. Third time I took it apart, couldn't fix it. And that was the death of my PS3. And my Xbox, I had the Xbox One for 5 years. Never had one issue with it. Never broke. My
Yeah. I
X,
am I am on my third PS4
yeah.
and I haven't touched that one. I actually think about selling it because I fully converted to PC.
Mhm. See, like if I had space, I probably would have a PC. But I mean, this Xbox Series S, it's amazing. Had it day one, and I've had no issues with it. You know how rare that is for a day one console? Most day one consoles fucking break.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Xbox made in America.
I don't know, those little Korean fanboys with the PlayStations, man. They know what they're
PlayStation
cooking.
PlayStation can suck my dick. I
Oh
can't wait for
no! Go to
I
War
can't
Spider-Man.
I you know what? Xbox is going to buy those studios eventually and they'll come over to PlayStation or they'll come over to Xbox. Cuz here's the one thing, Microsoft has a lot of fucking money and they will spend a lot of money just to put Sony down.
Yeah, honestly, Sony deserves it.
Yeah. I thought Sony would be well, I mean they probably made a shitload of money off PS4 and PS5 sales, but before the PS4 launched, they were struggling. I mean, remember that data breach with PlayStation Network? And I mean, they got sued the fuck out of, and
Yeah.
they lost a shitload of money.
And then the PS4 came out,
Yeah, and
and
that
that's literally saved their ass.
yeah. Because I mean, other than that, like I haven't seen a Sony TV in a long time. Do they even still make those? I don't know. I don't know anyone with a DVD player anymore, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't think they even make those anymore.
They do, but I'm like, there's no way they're making money off DVD players, and I don't know anyone that's ever had a Sony TV.
Man, who the fuck still buys DVDs?
I
Old
don't, but
people
yeah, old people or people that want to have a physical collection.
or
I
desperate
mean,
fucks are trying to get some puss?
man, imagine being the dude that still has porn on DVD.
That's probably like a good 80% of my family.
Really?
I'm not joking.
Bruh, it's on your phone.
No, it's
It's on your
according to them, it's the good shit. It was
that good
their
shit.
shit back in the day.
That's the good
Fucking the
shit.
bushes are fucking bigger than the fucking Amazon forest jungle.
I said, I bet you that good shit's probably on the internet now.
That's why I tell them, like, bro, I can find this on Pornhub in 15 seconds. Oh no, man, it's more authentic with DVD. Man, fuck you.
Yeah, I'm trying to look actually, try to see what the last movie I bought was.
The last movie I bought was John Wick 3 on DVD. And that was a
Yeah,
birthday gift to my dad.
I think the last DVD I bought was Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It was either that or the Boruto movie.
And the only reason why I bought John Wick 3 was on clearance, I believe.
Mm. I, it was either Guardians or Boruto. I can't remember which one. But hell, now like most of those movies, I bought them on YouTube. That way I can watch them anywhere, you
It's
know?
like, no way that there's no purpose like buying DVD games or movies.
Yeah,
Get them
that's why I bought.
digital and you never had to worry about them breaking.
Yeah, that's why I bought the discless Xbox. Because I'm like, I really don't need it. Plus, there's always sales. You know, there's never a sale on a video game where it's like $5 at Walmart, you know? You know, it'll go on rollback and shit like that. And then by the time it's like $5, it's because it's old as fuck, you know?
Yeah.
But like Xbox, they're always having freaking sales on there. Like I bought Assassin's Creed 3 remaster for like $7.
Yeah, that's actually a good deal.
Yeah. Speaking of people that always have sales, Steam. I finally downloaded Steam on my MacBook, and I'm like, well, Steam always has sales and stuff like that, so maybe I'll play some games on here. I can't get a single game to launch on here. And I'm like,
You have a firewall?
I don't think so.
I think
And
that's
I
part of the
tried,
problem.
but yeah, like I bought two really cheap games. I didn't even spend $10. And yeah, they won't launch at all. And I'm like, dude, we used to be able to play games on our freaking school laptop, you know? And that was
Yeah.
an old piece of shit. This is a 2020 edition MacBook.
Yeah, if you have like a firewall going, so the firewall will block the access.
I don't think I do.
Because
I've
I
never
had to do
put
that to my computer to allow access Steam games to play.
now firewall inactive. I am turning that shit on now though, because someone's gonna listen to this and then try to hack my shit. Hey, suck my dick, motherfucker. You ain't getting in.
Yes, I see Cody's penis.
I don't give a shit about that. There's not enough lens to catch it on camera. That's one of my favorite lines I ever heard from The Rock. I can't remember. I think it was during the feud with John Cena. He said that, and I'm like, that's gonna be one of my lines now. It's just like I've told you my line for when a girl has a boyfriend. Did I? The
Yeah,
goldfish one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I heard that when I was like 13 on the PTFO podcast. It was Minnesota Burns who said that. And I'll go ahead and tell the joke for people who've never heard it, but it's like you walk up to a girl and it's like, hey, can I have your number? And she goes, sorry, I have a boyfriend. And you go, well, I'm sorry, I have a goldfish. She goes, what? I'm like, oh, I thought we were talking about shit that doesn't matter. And I'm like, that one, even though that one's gonna get your fucking ass beat, I'm like, it's funny and I'm gonna
Go get
use
your
it one
ass
day.
beat. You may she might get protective order, or motherfucker gets a puss that night.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it depends on the guy delivering it. If it was you or me, we'd be arrested, but if we were fucking Ryan Reynolds, you know. Well, Ryan Reynolds wouldn't even he'd just be like, hey, suck my dick, and she'd be like, okay, daddy.
No, to a guy, to a guy. It was one of
Yeah.
those motherfuckers. He's looking at Ryan Rose, which is fucking dropped our knees, hands wide in the air. It's like, take me.
Yeah. Uh I'd do that for Ryan Reynolds and I'd do that for Kakashi. Here's this one video I was
$20
watching.
for utter men's, but for Ryan Reynolds, for free.
Yeah. Dude, I was watching this one dude's video. This is from a few years ago, actually, but he was talking about Kakashi. He was breaking down Naruto and he was going over the characters. He goes, Kakashi, he goes, now Kakashi's the original daddy. And I'm like, you know, that is true. But
Yeah.
you know who's the mommy of WWE right now? And it's not Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan. I mean, look at her.
Dude, she's hot.
Yeah, she is.
She has some. She definitely has some mental problems, but God,
Yeah. What makes you think mental problems?
I don't know. She just seems like the type of bitch that has some mental problems.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I
Like
mean,
that
she's
type
a
of girl. She be dreaming you cheating on her, kind of deal.
yeah. I could see her being crazy
Wake up
actually.
middle of the night, fucking a knife on your arms. Like, God damn it, not again.
Say she's a small blonde girl. Yeah, she's definitely crazy.
Everyone's crazy. Changed my mind.
I ain't gonna argue with that. Well, no, every woman's just fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, see, we made it deep into the show this time before we offended women.
Where I checked off the list.
Dude,
Let's see who else we could fucking offend.
I keep thinking about like if I ever get a big following on YouTube, I'm like, I may have to delete this podcast. And I'm like, I hope it's not the podcast that gets me big. Because then I can't delete the episodes. But if I get big off like my NFL coverage, okay, then I can delete the podcast, you know. And you and me will come back as a rebranded we'll be the PG podcast.
Hey, everybody, all my tree huggers and hippies.
And I'm like, but then
Today, we're
again,
going to learn about loving women.
it's like I don't want to feed into that cancel culture bullshit, you know?
Ah, fuck them.
Yeah, like I'm like that's kind of the thing. The world's gone too soft. You kind of need people that are gonna actually say what people are thinking, you know, and not dance around it. I mean, the real thing is everyone's just a fucking pussy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like me, you could tell me like, hey, you fucking bitch, go die. And I'll just be like, I'd start laughing, you know. There's just people like, oh my God.
I'll be that type of guy. You want to do a flip?
Yeah. I'd just be like, hell, like, you know how much hurtful shit we get said to us a day just working at Walmart?
Motherfucker, I work in retail.
Yeah. I think we've just built up a callus.
I am desensitized of your fucking insults.
Yeah. And then that reminds me of I'm not gonna say her name, but this one girl we went to school with who is offended by everything. And I saw her mom today when I was going to pick up prescriptions from my mom. And I was just looking at her, and she's a nice old lady, you know. She doesn't really say much. She's very quiet. And I'm like, what the fuck did she do to that kid to make her so sensitive? Like that's all I was thinking about. I'm like, because you think it has to start at home, right? Like maybe the
Yeah.
parents like a major fucking dick, and then that kind of makes people more sensitive. But then it's also like it could callous you up too. I don't
Yeah.
know. I guess it just everyone's built differently. People respond to different situations differently. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
that
I'm not
guy. I'm
trying.
that type of guy that makes a joke in a funeral.
Yeah, I mean, heck, I I I don't know about that, but I mean, I've never like I've never left a funeral where I didn't at least have something I laughed at, where it's like, well, it's mostly like funny stories people tell, or
Yeah.
hell, well, I've only been to two funerals ever, but they were with people I haven't seen in fucking forever, and so you get that chance to catch up and all that, and you
Yeah,
kind of
you're not going
leave.
to the bar, you go, rip bozo.
Yeah, dude, I kind of think about it, though, like if I died right now, you guys would be at my funeral,
Oh
and
yeah,
I
I'm
don't
dead in
know
my
if I,
commenter face.
I don't know if I want to subject my family to that.
I'll be wearing a
Like
maid outfit. Make sure my dick or balls are hanging out.
Adam goes up to my casket and goes, "Fate's better than Naruto."
I fucking won, bitch.
Yeah.
Fate's better than Naruto. Now I can pass away in peace, you fucker.
Then Trevor goes up to my coffin and goes, "One Piece is better than Naruto." And then someone who's Joe, he goes up to my coffin and goes, "How about them cowgirls?" And then they say everyone talks shit to me before I die. But, that'd be a good way to go, actually.
Oh man. Imagine being a One Piece fan.
Trevor's gonna listen to this and get pissed. Sorry, buddy. I will actually. I'm thinking about reading the manga for One Piece instead of watching the anime,
You
just
know
because I
what
think
One Piece reminds you of?
what
Watered down noodles.
I mean. I watched the first 40 episodes of One Piece. I just couldn't keep up with it. But like, how many volumes of the manga are there?
Probably more than the Bible.
Because it's been going longer than Naruto, right?
I don't know. One Piece before the asteroid.
Let's see, volumes 106.
Yeah, it's definitely more than the Bible.
I don't know. How many volumes of the Bible? And we ain't gonna get a clear answer on that. 66.
Checkmate Christians.
And there's the religious people offended.
Shout
I mean, hell, if we're gonna offend anyone, we want to offend Christians. Shout out to our Muslim fans.
out to Muslim fans.
Say I ain't pissing y'all off.
We support the gays, the
Yeah,
lesbians,
I definitely support the lesbians.
free the tit.
Yeah, except on the fucking White House lawn. Did you see that shit?
Premarital sex. Woo, yeah, baby.
Hey, 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 hey. No premarital sex.
Oh, yeah. I forgot we're Mormons.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my favorite thing on Twitter is Barry McCockiner going, just getting pissed off right now thinking about premarital sex. that 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 thing I put in the group chat earlier this morning, that thing made me about piss my pants laughing. Where he's like, I'm about to enter our premarital sex zone. Please pray for me. And I want to share it so bad, but no.
Oh, man.
Or I like I'm probably still in a bunch of berry stuff, but the marijuana overdose, I say that to every person I know who smokes weed. I'm like, that is the deadliest drug on the planet.
It was like 9% of people I know.
Dude, that's how I'm shocked that fucking weed didn't get legalized here when it was up for on the ballot last fall. Cause I'm like, I know more people that smoke weed than that don't smoke weed. But I guess they didn't go out and vote, probably because they were high.
They're too high to vote.
Yeah. I was gonna go to vote, but then I got high.
Whoa, bro, I can smoke my juice on legal now? Oh,
But
yeah.
see, like if I would have gambled for that shit to pass, I would have lost all my money. But yeah, he has this shirt, marijuana overdose awareness. I want to buy this shirt so bad and just wear it to like a dispensary and just be like, you guys are willingly killing people every day.
It's like, hey, can I buy some weed from you?
The thing Barry does though, he'll tweet like athletes and stuff, and he'll go like, Dak Prescott, my cousin was your biggest fan, but he just recently died from injecting multiple marijuanas into his ass crack. Could you please retweet this in his memory? And those are fucking amazing. You know, we were talking earlier about WWE and getting a new TV rights deal. What about AEW? How much do you think they're going to get from Warner Brothers?
It's not gonna be much, to be honest.
I think they're going to get over $1 billion because I saw a report from Fightful saying that they want an expanded pay-per-view schedule. Warner Brothers does.
Yeah.
So I think if they're gonna make demands of AEW for stuff like that, then they're gonna have to offer them more money. That being said, I personally don't think AEW deserves that money, but they're probably the number one thing for Turner right now that the NBA is in the off season.
The argument I could say is like back when it's like WWE and TNA,
Mm-hmm.
kind of argue TNA had have enough talent for that deal now back in the day. But now like AEW, WWE, I don't think AEW has enough talent for that.
I mean, they're about the same. I mean, think about like back then TNA had like what Sting, Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, Hulk
That,
Hogan.
that Hulk Hogan, that Biz, AJ
Yeah.
Styles.
Yeah. But I mean, let's see who's a well, see all the big dudes in AEW were dudes that were in WWE, but that was kind of the case with TNA. I mean, their biggest guys other than Abyss and AJ Styles were WWE guys, you know.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
It's just
because
the thing about TNA is like it's more rated R version of WWE, but how they make their shows were kind of shit.
yeah. I mean, the better comparison I think is WCW. You know, back in the '90s when they were feuding against each other. Because I mean, TNA never really sniffed Raw's viewership. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, AEW at least AEW doesn't really sniff Raw or SmackDown's viewership now either, though. So I mean, yeah, they're I don't know. They're kind of in the middle. They're in the middle between TNA and WCW, I think. Because I
I, f-
mean,
I feel like if they're going to get this deal, they're going to fumble really hard.
I mean, I feel like they'll have immediate success because they're going to have cash flow coming in, and that's going to allow Tony Khan to re-sign the people whose contracts are about to expire, and then whoever either leaves or gets fired from WWE. But I don't know. I just don't see AEW being a long-term thing, mainly because they're
Yeah,
fuck.
this is the point for them. They need to get like a superstar or make superstars.
Yeah, and
There's nothing in between.
I mean they got MJF, but is it really mean anything whenever your top guy talks about,
Cody, if
oh,
you can
when
name me like maybe three people at AEW top of your head right now, besides MJF, will you
jo-
say?
John Moxley, CM Punk, Kenny Omega, but two of those guys were guess who made them, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, John Moxley's never going to go back to WWE. CM Punk's one more blow away from going to WWE. If he has like another incident with the Elite, you bet your ass he's going to WWE just to piss them off. Like,
Because he went to WWE, he was in UFC for a little bit.
yeah, got his ass whooped
What
and
was
came
he? Was
to.
he at New Japan?
No, he never went to any other place besides AEW after he left WWE. Well, he went to UFC, lost both his fights in the first round, and then left UFC and then came back to wrestling when he signed with AEW.
Okay.
But I mean, look at the ratings for Collision, and it's like the bloom is off the rose with CM Punk because everyone thinks he's an asshole because of that whole thing that happened with the Elite last year and the brawl out stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, they don't have anyone that's like, I mean, like Roman Reigns is a ratings draw for WWE.
The problem with AEW is like they don't have a lot of stars that they created. These are stars that came from other brands that are like
Yeah.
like made themselves.
Yeah. Like I said, the biggest person you
Like
could say,
WWE, they made Roman Reigns and made like The Undertaker, Kang, John Cena, like the big
yeah.
names you could think of. They
Yeah.
made those characters.
The only dude that's like, and even then, they still kind of made him, but he kind of more made himself is Cody Rhodes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
I
could
mean, Cody
argue
Rhodes with,
AEW like helped make that character for Cody Rhodes, but it's more Cody Rhodes than AEW and WWE.
but yeah, like, because like think about in AEW, they were like, oh, Cody needs to turn heel. He's still. Then he goes to WWE and everyone loves him. No one's begging for him to turn heel now, and he's basically doing the same shit.
Yeah.
But I think it's also because he's not booked to lose all the time. Like he's lost to Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. There's no shame in that, Where
No,
in
those are two
AEW,
like future Hall of Famers.
yeah. But like speaking of which, happy birthday to Brock Lesnar. He turns 46 today. But
Damn.
like in AEW, they had that thing where, okay, I'll never challenge for the world championship. So he was stuck in the mid card and he was with the one belt. No one gives a shit about the TNT championship.
Yeah, wasn't AEW like making their superstars lose to jobbers?
I don't know. I don't watch AEW that much.
I don't either, but that's what I kind of heard.
Yeah. I mean, I just, whenever I see clips from AEW, it's people fucking landing on top of their head, or, yeah, it's people landing on top of their head, or just doing something that sucks in the ring. And then, like, that's the other thing. It seems like everyone there is really fucking sensitive. Like, if you criticize them, you are a fucking bitch to them.
Yeah,
And,
most of
like,
these are like old time Hulk Hogan era kind of WWE fans. Why it's not violent, man. It's not violent enough.
yeah, and
It's
I'm
like
like,
I'd rather them like protect each other than fucking risk their lives for like a couple bucks.
here's the thing, like, speaking of blood and stuff like that, did you hear what John Moxley had to say about how there should be blood in every match? And the point he makes, I understand where he's coming from, but it was like, okay, if this is a real fight, then, in the UFC, people fucking bleed every match,
Yeah.
So if it's a real fight, then everyone should bleed in a pro wrestling match. But here's the thing, like, I get where he's coming from, where it's like, okay, if we're pretending like we're fighting, then we should be bleeding. But think about Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, WrestleMania 13. Is it as special if someone bled in the match before, Is it as special with that blood running down Stone Cold Steve Austin's face if, say, I don't know what match went on before them, but say like The Undertaker bled that night?
Yeah.
Is it as special?
I mean, it's memorable, but no, not really.
Yeah. And then think of WWE. They don't use blood that often, but when they do, it gets a big reaction. Does it
Yeah,
really
you
get that
just
much of
can't doing every match, it'll just get boring, like and repetitive and washed.
Yeah. I mean, people make a joke about it now with John Moxley, like where it's like now it's shocking if he doesn't bleed in a match, you know? But like think about like a few months ago, Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. You know, that was the first time we had blood in fucking forever in WWE. And it made that match like 10 times more better because it was saved for a special occasion.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I get where he's coming from if you're trying to make this look real, but that's just not how pro wrestling works. The cat's out of the bag. Everyone knows that it's not real, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell, like, I think a dude getting dropped on his head is more brutal than blood. Does that mean every dude should get dropped on his head every match?
Fuck
No.
no.
Yeah. But there is another thing since we're on bashing AEW about Matt Hardy and Jim Cornette. I don't feel like getting too deep into it. I doubt you've heard about it. I can't wait for Jim Cornette's show this week because basically, um, Matt Hardy was saying how Jim Cornette and his fans are like a cancer on the wrestling business, and the one person you don't go after is Jim Cornette because he's fucking crazy and he has insane verbal skills. So I'll just leave it to what X Pac said. He's fucking crazy and don't go after him. That's paraphrasing it, but um, yeah, Drew, when you have a chance, just look up Matt Hardy and Jim Cornette.
All right.
Do you ever listen to the Cornette show?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, he's fucking funny. You know who he is, right?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah. I I can't wait for his episode this week. But you have anything else you want to add to the show tonight?
No, I just want to say sorry to fans and viewers and that we're so late. We had an
Yeah.
excuse this time, really.
Yeah. I know, and then like I said, but we also haven't had much to talk about, you know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, maybe we could do some games or something on here once I get smarter with technology, but I'm old people. You gotta give me an excuse.
He seems
But
like he's still in his 20s.
yeah, I've worked at Walmart for 5 years. I'm probably about 50. And I deal with you fucking idiots every day.
Sheesh.
What, that group chat? You can't tell me that group chat hasn't aged you.
Oh, God, yeah.
Especially back in the day when we used to have racist ass Chris in there. That's the thing, actually. Our group chat isn't nearly as stupid as it used to be.
It's AIDS, but it wasn't bad shit AIDS.
Yeah, no, it wasn't fucking Ebola.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I uploaded a short earlier with my review of the Naruto Family Day novel. If y'all want to see what my rating was of that, the Itachi one is next. I haven't cracked it open yet, but this is the one that people say is fucking incredible. I haven't bought the other Itachi one yet because they didn't have it at Barnes and Noble. But that one, the review will probably be up next week. And me and Drew may or may not be here next week. It really just depends if we have shit to talk about. I keep saying like, oh, we need a major world event to happen, but then it's like maybe we don't though. Like, do we want to talk about like, oh, the fucking Ukraine, they decided to side with the Russians and are going to war against us, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's something we ain't even gonna touch. Well, it didn't actually happen. Don't fall for that, people. But yeah, like we're not gonna talk about like shit like that. So if something
Never
crazy
feels
happens,
we ain't with fucking political here.
yeah. But like if something crazy happens in wrestling or sports or video games or porn, then we'll talk about it. Speaking of actually something I'm interested in. Country music. Luke Combs and Morgan Wallen, first time in 43 years that two country songs have had the top spot on the Billboard Hot 100. They were 1 and 2, so that's pretty cool. And speaking of country music, I'm gonna play it one more time so we can enjoy it, and then we're ending this episode. You ready?
He's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he rides. I can hardly breathe when he's pumping deep inside. I kiss him on his neck and then he kisses on my pussy. Call him daddy while I holler, man, that boy's so damn good looking.
If there was ever a song that describes me and your friendship, that'll be it.
Yeah. By the way, what's a bussy?
It's a boy pussy,
Oh,
basically. When your dick becomes a pussy,
oh.
that's
Well,
a pussy.
now you people can't say you listened to this shit show and said you didn't learn anything.
And this is your PhD fanboyology signing out.
Have a good night.